So I'll mark this first low as TS. So the full draw is the New York Open low with an overall draw on Asia. So the first 1 minute low is there. Alright, cool. So that's the position for the first AM macro today. As soon as price takes TS, which is at 792.00, I'll be trailing my position to 82625. Cool, obviously that's the end of the first day of macro. We'll wait for the second. Yeah, Lucas, mate, it doesn't matter if the 1 hour is bearish, mate, because we're not looking for another trade. It's the end of the first, and you'd wait for the second and the second macro. That's it. Yeah, so I'll speak to you guys for the second AM macro. I'm just calculating my drawdowns on all of my accounts, taking a look at position size. So I'll get that sorted for the second AM. I'll speak to you guys shortly. There we go. Finally started the screen recording, mate. Yeah, so that's basically it. Obviously in the AM session we've seen a huge run up for price, and then a sweep of buy side, a lovely shift in market structure, an entry literally on the last minute of the lunch macro, and then we're looking for an overall draw for a flat 2-1 and a run on sell stops inside of the lunch macro with a full bearish bias, apart from the 5 really, but you're not going to look at the kind of intraday when the full higher time frame is sitting as bearish. The thing is, with the last 2 losses that we've had, we've not actually managed to even trail our stops at all. I mean, price hasn't even taken the first short-term lows. The last 2 trades, inside of one in London and then one inside of today inside of the New York, it's been, you know, flat -1R, which is not easy on the accounts because we can't even, you know, trail our position or anything. But in more cases than not, we are actually able to trail our position. So we'd look at managing risk at this low here for price, which would be at 0.80. Yeah, if price starts to draw in favor and take that short-term low now, this is going to be quite a long lunch macro, I'll tell you that. It's either going to be a quick one that we get taken out, or it's going to be a long one. What is the drawdown on the funded accounts that aren't scaled? So the ones that I acquired recently, what are the funded accounts that I acquired recently? I acquired Lucid and Tradeify. Those were the new ones that I acquired recently. And the drawdown's currently sat at around 800 or 900. So that's actually the freshest accounts that I actually have as of now. These losses have been painful lately. Ah, brother, you haven't been in this business long enough then. Yeah, you haven't been in this business long enough. I had a period last year, as I said, 4 months that I didn't make any money. 4 months. I don't think most of you guys could physically sit at your chair from going from making 150, 200k months, 100k months, to then 4 months of making nothing, you know. So try that. Try that. I'm going to need a good quote from Jack if this one blows my account. Why is this one blowing your account is the fucking question, mate. Why are you already at that stage? You should be at, worst case, what I'm at. Because I actually started the Traderify accounts at the peak of January. So the Traderify accounts have only just gone kind of into a slight profit, but then into a drawdown. So I don't know, it's not possible you would have been doing something wrong. Oh, it's an eval. Oh, okay. Well, if it's an eval, why are you trading an eval? That's the question. Why are you not using the, why are you not leveraging the 2-day pass or the same-day pass on CPI? Bro's been trading the eval for the last 2 years. Not enough capital. Yeah, I always say, I mean, you can't really approach this business with, $100. I don't really know I don't know what to say about that. You can't approach this business with $100, mate, and expect to get that far. It's just not how it works. I mean, look, I was working in the warehouse for a long period of fucking time, and then I got my second payout, which got me to 20k USD, plus the money that I made from the warehouse, even though I got sacked. Well, actually, fucking security. I was doing everything, mate. And then, I went off from there. But I was funding the evals. How do you think I can fund the fucking evals in the start? I was funding it from a job, like a normal person would, I did have a business at the time as well. I was fixing people's iPhones, but that only made me an extra like £30 a day if I had a fucking customer, so there was that. Oh, mate. Have a little stretch. He said, TS, no, I'm not trailing stops here, no, from that short-term low. Absolutely not. I will either take -1R in this scenario, or price trades in favor towards that short-term low. So we just inverse this bullish gap. I mean, it doesn't really mean much for price, but we've swept buy side thousands of times, trading out of higher time frame bearish PD rays. So if we're going to see an acceleration lower, it would be now, towards that short-term low. Tell you what, I don't really like Vietnam, mate. What do you guys think? Have any of you guys been to this place? What do you think about this place? I'm only here, obviously, to get my visa for Thailand. You guys like it or what? I was in TGR's blueprint. Okay, how did that go? 4k USD. When was that? When did you pay 4k USD, buddy? You should be paying that on fucking evals. Last year. Yeah, I've made a lot of programs. Oh, progress. Mines, you have made a lot of progress, brother. You absolutely have. You've been putting in the work, and, the knowledge that you've managed to obtain in such a short period of time, because you used to ask like normal questions like GG69 at the start, because mine's was relatively new, you know, he was, and now mine's is in the standpoint to fucking teach other people. Bro went from supply teacher to fucking professor in the space of 6 months, you know, that's what happens. Someone said Thailand better than Vietnam, better than absolutely not. Holy shit. Vietnam, the only thing it's got really is like a decent sauna and a steam room and a jacuzzi. I don't go in the jacuzzi. I went in the cold plunge and my nose started bleeding all over the floor, and then I got one. I'm not even gonna talk about Vietnam, to be honest, but yeah, Thailand is the best place on the planet, in my opinion. Some of you guys might like Miami, you might like New York and these different places. It's all stuff that you're gonna have to experience yourself. Maybe you do like to be around, you know, some people, they grow in those environments. They grow in those environments because they see a Lambo and they're like, holy shit, I need to do this, and that gets them going. For me, I don't give a shit. But you get to a point, you need to get to that point to where you don't give a shit. It takes a bit of time. Right, so actually in this case I am reducing risk. So I'm reducing risk to this high. We've taken 2 lows now, so we should see an acceleration lower in price. So I'm reducing it to 114.25. Okay, it's only slightly. It'll be a minus 0.8R loss if this lunch macro decides to be gay. 114.25, let's get that in. Stop. Where's my other order? Oh, I didn't even have it in. That's right. Some people in here just started trading and immediately found me. Yeah, that is kind of potluck, really. It's very lucky that you didn't go down. Fucking hell. I mean, it's I don't really get that many views on social media, so you're quite lucky, I guess, to find someone that's going to benefit you. Why you trade on mini and you suggest to trade on micro? What's the difference? I trade on the micro and the mini. So I trade on the mini on my live, and I trade on the micro on my prop firms. So I trade on the micro across TradeSync, the whole profile. Yeah. I'm giving this trade a little bit of leeway. You know, usually I might trail my stops more aggressively to say this high, which will be a 0.5R loss or 0.4. But I'm leaving it at this high. So if price trades all the way towards that high, then, you know, cool. That'll be my position over with. I seen someone say in the live stream earlier, they said about remember back to the start of January when it felt like you can lose a trade. You know, that's this business. You're going to go through points when it feels like you can't stop losing. Okay, I actually had a time like that in Miami. I think it was about 2024. Yeah, I was in Miami 2024 in like July or something time. I was 6-7 losses deep, and it feels like you can't stop losing. It's like, oh, I'm on at a price today, let's go take another loss. And then you go through points in 2024 in April when I was 16 winning trades deep and I felt like I couldn't fucking lose. I felt like I could trade Asia. Obviously that's all feelings, it doesn't make a difference. But yeah, you do have periods like that. But your only job, number one, take the right positions. Number two, manage risk correctly. That's it. Simple stuff. Yeah, price is really taking its time. I mean, run on sell stops from the New York AM session is absolutely due, and when we see it, it's going to start accelerating lower in price quite aggressively. Hence why I know price is wanting to draw lower, hence why I'm giving it leeway, because I understand the draw on price. So I'm not aggressively trading to order block high. I'm giving price leeway to move because I know the draw is lower for price towards sell side at 25,000. Now if I get taken out at minus 0. This will be minus 0.7, 0.8 R, cool. I'll get taken out of the position. And no, I'm not trading to this high. I'm leaving it at this point until we take this low. When we take this low, cool, I'll start trailing. But until we take that low, preferably this low, then I'll start, trailing my position. But I want to see price start moving more aggressively. Okay, there you go. So I will take that. We already took buy stops, so it's 102.25 now. So if price now comes back now, which is extremely rare. So if price is going to draw lower, it will draw lower now. So 102.25, we should start seeing some aggression lower in price here. If we don't, then I'll take a minus 0.4 R loss. So if we run it from TP to break even, I'm just going to label on for price where 0.5 is. I don't even know if my camera's got enough battery for the length of this trade, mate. Why is Scene saying at this point just hit my stop loss? What are you talking about, brother? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm hungry as well, but I'd rather eat and profit. This trade running for a 2R means that we close in the profit on the day. Simple as that. So what I am going to do in this position is I know this is the 0.5 area of where we would essentially go break even, but I'm going to be using this point of 15-minute low, sell side, and that's where I'm using it for break even. An acceleration lower in price is very due, and I think you guys will be quite shocked, but I've traded many PM sessions. I know we're not in the PM, but I've traded many lunch macros and slow periods in price, and regardless of what is the result of this trade, I'm telling you, when we have slow periods in price, it ramps up quickly, very fucking quickly at certain points, especially in the PM session. We'd have a very slow price action in the PM session, and then boom, it starts to reprice to where price is actually wanting to draw. Just like it's in the New York AM session, for example. So that's what we would expect. Let's say, for example, price draws to break even, etc. I would expect to start seeing these type of candles for price. You see the volatility start to pick up. We might not see it now, but You'll see it in future positions that we take in the PM and slower periods in price, just like in London, for example. No, the news comes out at 2 PM, so we got time. Trust me, if we haven't been taken out of the position in the next 22 minutes, I'll be highly concerned for price action. Taken out either way. It would either be very close to TP or will have taken us out completely in the next 22 minutes. It's a lot of time for price. Forming a little bullish SMT. It doesn't mean anything, brother. SMT is the most useless confluence that you can actually use. You can't base a position off it. It's just an added, it's like you got a chocolate cake, you got the fucking icing, and you just put a cherry on the top, and you'd say, okay, the Nasdaq has a nice clean bearish SMT at London highs, and then I'd say, okay, Nasdaq's the weaker asset. It will just tell you slight differences, but it's not, it's not a make or break, if that makes sense. He is spinning, yeah. But the SMT doesn't deter the overall draw for price, which is sell stops. So if we don't, for example, I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm fucking bored. So, for example, in the lunch now, if we don't see a run on stops and then price draws back to buy side, then in the PM session we'd see a run on stops. Most likely anyway, that's the most probable scenario. I think the longest position I've actually been in history is about 48. No, actually, no. I had one trade. It lasted 1 hour. I closed out on the hour. I took a trade. This was back in 2023. Price action was very slow during that period. We didn't really get much movement in 2023. Not like we see today, anyway. There was movement. Don't get me wrong. There was more days like. Mondays and Fridays usually were a lot slower. We didn't really see much movement for price. So I was in a trade for about an hour straight. Right, so we took buy stops on that short-term high, and then if we take this short-term low, I'll use it as a point to trail stops. So I'll be trailing to 0.9075. Essentially, we'll be risking about 0.2 R. So the risk will drop significantly at that point to trail stops at that low. Then from that low, we should see price accelerate. So either we trade off this bearish order block and price respects bearish PD raise, or it doesn't. Alright, so I'm taking it for 0.90 point. Wait, let me just get a fucking. Price is so slow. Let's get a really nice round figure here. Right, there you go. 0.9075. So we're risking 0.2 R now. We should see price accelerate. We're trading out of this bearish order block. Now we should trade towards where we can reduce risk to break even. Because we are trading lower. Don't get me wrong. We are just managing risk correctly. Sometimes it's a little slow, and then when it starts to pick up, it starts to fucking pick up. Make sure you cancel your old limits as well, because you don't want to be entering into a long later on. Just make sure you hit cancel all. 0.90.75. Right. Yeah, the account entry on my whole portfolio pretty much is at 08750. This account's got 086. That's pretty 8750. Oh, that's a fucking good entry. Jex is in the whip, mate. What even is that? Is that an iPad or something? Never even seen that in my life. Okay, so taking a look at price, obviously, if we see price aggressively trade below this low towards break even, then I will move my stops to break even. So this next low, that's what I'll be looking at, and I would like to see price aggressively trade lower. I don't know how many times I've got to say the word fucking aggressive, mate, but I'm about to get fucking aggressive in a minute, mate, because price action's pissing me off. It's been in this trade for about 30 minutes. Mate, who's got a cat? Who's got a cat for sale on Gumtree? Let's buy some cats, mate. Let's throw them off the balcony. I don't even have a spinning chair. No, I'm sat in this chair. In Pattaya, I got a spinning chair. I can spin as much as I like, but this one doesn't move, you know, so yeah, we can't spin, we can't do none of that. You know, some traders on Instagram, they might do this. They'd show you a trade that they've already reduced risk. Or they would post, you know, one trade that they've finally got, and they would be like, look at this trade I took today, bro. 16R. Chuck a magnet emoji on the chart. No, that's magnet emoji. $478R. I'll never forget the day when GG69 took 70 trades in one day. I'm getting over this flat and all button. It's getting very close. One tick. Okay, there you go. Oh well, I actually basically got. I basically only lost about $20. There's no way. Okay, right, okay. I'm actually out then. Just looked at my screen again, I seen 17 minis were still in. Alright. Well, that's the lunch macro. That was quite a long trade actually. But that does conclude does conclude the lunch. Obviously, we're not trading the PM session. So today we're down minus 1.1, 1.2 R. Okay, so over the last 3 trades, that's minus 2.2 or 2.1. So we are currently smack bang break even on the month. That's where we're at. As far as actual account drawdown, you're going to be in a drawdown. So January closed at a profit, but it went up to 8.6, down to 4. So you're going to be in a drawdown regardless. Alright, so for passing evals, should I be doing the 2-day pass on or this method? Why do you suggest one versus... Let's have a look. So that's not a method for passing accounts. That's how you can go from being, you know, fucking broke to actually making 20,000 a trade. But to actually get your accounts, you want to get your purchase 550k top step accounts, and obviously trade using the risk management plan. Don't actually trade using the risk management plan. That's probably your question. That makes sense now. But you want to pass. You want to. I need to actually change that. But yeah, you need to pass within a day or 2, and then trade using those 5 accounts, and then work off from there, and then take that first payout 5k. Boom. Break even month for now. Yeah. It is break even. Yeah, I mean my live account's at fucking break even. So for this month, that's what you'd be at. All right, cool. So I'll speak to you guys tomorrow inside of London. Okay. So 2:20 AM EST, I'll be live.